My name's Lizzie Bisley. I'm an assistant curator in the Furniture, Textiles and Fashion department at the V&A. My job is incredibly varied. So this morning I started my day doing some research on a Napoleonic medal cabinet that the V&A has just acquired. And then I spent about an hour looking at an amazing 1950s Christian Dior dress. Tomorrow I've got some visitors coming in to look at some 1980s Italian designs, so I'll be meeting them in the store to look at that. And I spend quite a lot of time doing writing and research on the collection and publishing things online on the V&A's Search the Collections database. The best thing about working at the V&A is probably working with the collection, because I find it incredibly exciting to work with objects. The V&A has an amazing collection, but in any museum collection I think you'll always find objects that tell you something very interesting and very unexpected about the period that you're looking at or the people who made it. And no matter how many times an object has been studied, there's always something else that you can think about it or discover about it, which is really thrilling. But the other great thing about working at the V&A is that it's filled with so many interesting people. You're always meeting people who have something exciting and different to tell you. I really enjoyed history at high school and then went on to do my degree and had a job for a couple of years working in a public contemporary art gallery, which was great, but I realised that I really wanted to do something that was more history focused. So I came and started doing a master's degree in history of design, and then worked for about 3 or 4 years doing about 10 jobs at a time, patching together little bits of research and editorial work and little bits of writing, and kind of finally managed to get a job as an assistant curator. And I think one of the difficult things about getting into curatorial work is that there aren't a huge number of jobs, so you need to be willing to take on lots of different things and look at it in as broad a way as possible and make your own projects if there aren't any available, that kind of thing. Kind of attack it in as many different ways as you can. We work in the Furniture and Textiles and Fashion department. We work a lot with young people who come in as visitors. So partly school groups who come in either to have appointments in our stores and look at objects in the store, in the study rooms, objects that are in storage, or we also give talks and tours to school groups quite often who come around. But we also offer various internships, often for students who are in a summer between 2 years of a degree program. We try to give as much help as possible to students who want to work in museums and give them a real sense of what the practical work of being in a museum is like. I think you need to be, to do something, a job like the assistant curator job at the V&A, you need to be interested in objects, and you need to be interested in research, and you need to be interested in history or thinking about what objects can tell you about the past or the present. You also have to be quite able to work in a very varied way, and you have to enjoy practical work because a lot of curatorial jobs are quite practical. So you have to kind of enjoy a balance of research and writing and then more practical tasks. And if you like that kind of balance, it's a fantastic job because it's so varied and you get to meet so many different kinds of people and do different types of work. And I think the main thing about trying to get curatorial work is to be as open-minded as you can about things that might help along the way. So you need to be able to try lots of things out, take little bits of work where they're offered, do little internships if you can, because it can take, there aren't a huge number of jobs, so it can take a little while to get in, but once you're there, it's worth the effort.